Hey everybody, Gunston Undercover here. So as many of you know, the communist governor here in New Jersey and other states for that fact have shut down a lot of business. However, certain businesses get favor. CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Home Depot, Costco's, just off the top of my head, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, they're getting special treatment because they are essential. So, what I did on Saturday, April 11th, 2020, I went out for a ride and I wanted to see just how well people are adhering to the governor's stay-home order. Because, as we know, as many of the lembrains, the sheeples, are all been telling me, just stay home, and we'll get through this. Just stay home. It's an emergency. Don't go out. The virus. So I took that drive. I brought the camera with me, and I just checked out to see what the traffic looked like and what was going on at the essential stores, to see if I could figure out what exactly people were buying that was essential. Now, the two places I went to that I could see what people were buying was Home Depot and Lowe's. Also, I want you to pay special attention to Costco's. The lembrains were all lined up. Check it out. And that brings me to a little quick story I want to tell you, because I want to know why. Again, I just did a story. Why is it okay for one group to do something, but the other group can't? So there was a story came back to me in the business. There was a funeral home in the area that had a funeral service going on. Now, the funeral homes are only allowed to have 10 family members or 10 people in the chapel at any given time. So this particular funeral was busy, and several more than 10 people showed up. So what the funeral home did was they kept the other people outside, and they had to wait till somebody leaves before they could let somebody in. So what happened was Conrad Murphy happened to be passing this funeral home because it's on his way home, I'm assuming, because it's in the area. And he happened to see all those people standing outside. So he called the police, and the police came over there and told these people to go. And I guess lectured the funeral home over this. But the point I'm making, it's not okay for people to stand outside the funeral home waiting to get in to see somebody they loved who passed away. But it's okay if you're at Costco's standing in line outside the store. Maybe the people at the funeral home didn't have masks on and they weren't standing 6 feet apart. Is that what the problem was? Well, again, it gets back to what I said in the other story. Maybe the officers could have said, you know what, you don't have to go. You just got to stand 6 feet apart and put a mask on. But nope. Comrade Murphy got to show everybody who's in charge and who the boss is. All right, check it out, the videos that I did here.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm getting gay vibes. Like, am I your type?
Not necessarily.
Why am I not your type? Because I'm not, like, big?
Yes, honey, this is my song. Hey! All right. Ooh, Fruity Pebbles. Score.
So the question we must ask ourselves, why are certain stores allowed to stay open? Home Depot, what is so essential there? Well, maybe your toilet breaks, your faucet breaks, you need to get something in there. But tell me something, what is so essential about the garden department? I saw people coming out there with fertilizer. When I first came in, they were lined up at the mulch line to get mulch. Is that an emergency? So why is Murphy not cracking down on that? You know, we get a mixed message here. Stay home, stay home, stay home. I'm ordering everybody, stay home. But then they allow stores like Lowe's and Home Depot to stay home so people can go buy all their garden stuff. That's okay. But the guy with a little, I don't know, some little store like the clothing store, they're not allowed to open unless they got a grocery store. Now you take something like Walmart. Walmart can stay open because they got a grocery store in it. Why is that okay? Costco's open. What the freak is in Costco's? Is this small business going there to buy stuff for their business, trying to get the hoard their toilet paper and their paper towels? Is that the possibility? My one theory is that you take places like Costco, Lowe's. Lowe's was one of the largest retailers in the United States, if not the world, okay? You take Walmart, another very large retailer. Costco's, Home Depot, these are large retailers. They pay a lot of taxes. They employ a lot of people. McDonald's, Wendy's, all these places, they employ a lot of people. So they got a lot of pull. And don't tell me they don't contribute to political parties. But my personal opinion, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I think we all should be allowed to be open, conduct our damn business, wear our masks, do all the things that he's implemented now, which is the mask, wash your hands before you go in, that type of thing. And we all can get on with life. And those who are in the high-risk categories, you got to stay home. You can't go out. That's just the deal. Because, you know, this is just all bullshit that we all got to stay locked up in our houses, but on one condition. If we need to go to Lowe's, or if we need to go to the McDonald's or Costco's or Walmart, that's okay. There's an exception to that rule because those businesses rank. They got pull. But the little guy on the corner, the little Dunkin' Donuts that doesn't have a drive-in, can't make any money because he doesn't have a drive-in. And the people that normally, I'll give an example. There's a deli I go to over in Keyport. Their business is hanging on by a thread. They opened up a month before all this nonsense started. They depended on the lunch crowd to come in. Well, people aren't working, so guess what? There's no lunch crowd, so now they're barely hanging on. Why do we all have to stay home while certain businesses can stay in business and keep people employed? It just doesn't make sense. It's just bullshit. It's the same thing with the guy playing his guitar in sports. And people watching, that was not okay. But it's okay for a bunch of 100 people to gather in front of the hospital and wave to the hospital workers as they're leaving. What is the difference? You still got people congregating. It's still a violation of the governor's order. See, this is the crap that drives me crazy, people. The bullshit, you know, it's like the two sets of rules. And this stupid governor, I can't stand this guy. You know what he's going to do? He's trying to bankrupt this state to the point where we all don't have a job anymore. We all don't have any food anymore. And we're going to be standing in some government bread line waiting to get a loaf of bread. And that's exactly what Socialist Murphy would love to see. Him and his boyfriend, the Attorney General Import. They'd love to see something like that. And this is what's going on, people. And you people got to rise up. But unfortunately, nobody's going to rise up until their bellies get hungry. When your belly gets hungry, then you'll rise up. This is Gunnison Undercover. Till next time.